if you are to look in the world, in the country, what does women who build mean to you? What should it look like? In case someone will say, okay, women who build, we need to build, it's simple, but what does that mean?
Yes.
To you?
It means building spaces that will advance humanity forward.
Okay.
And for me, I'm very big on that. That's why I said, for me, I'm very passionate about the growth and development. That as women, we have the natural ability to create and nurture life. And therefore, we can create the spaces. And we can create a world that we want for our children.
Welcome to Women Who Build, a special Women's Month series that is brought to you by BBH Studios in partnership with Brendmo Chartered Accountants. So just as a quick intro, but I know if you've been following this series, you now know myself. My name is Mollen, the Managing Director of Brendmo Chartered Accountants, as well as the founder of BBH Studios. I believe that every successful business, every thriving community, and also every meaningful legacy has someone who dare to dream or to build. So in this series, to those who just jump in for this one, we are celebrating those women, not just their titles or the awards that they won, but the courage, there's a resilience and the determination that that is behind their journey. And throughout this series, I'll be sitting with different women from all walks of life. And today in the studio, I'm very, very excited to welcome you again, Zimkita, to Brendmo Business Hub.
Thank you so much. It's lovely to be here again. It's the third time.
Yes, it's actually the third time. And you know, Zimkita doesn't really need an introduction now, because if you follow our channel, she has shared quite insights, and I know we once did the Gen Z in workplace, and also we spoke about breaking the barriers, you know, for women perspective. And this Women's Month, I knew that it cannot be a Women's Month without inviting you back.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, so just as a quick introduction of Zimkita, I think you have played many roles in many industries. Zimkita has been a partner at KPMG, has been a partner as well at EY, and a technical director at Sekela, and recently, in April this year, you founded your own assurance firm, audit and assurance firm called Mabinka Review. Yeah, so it's quite an exciting time. And Zimkita, you have held different roles and positions. You have been a CFO. You have been with SAICA, the regulator. So which brings quite a lot of experience with you. So thank you very much, and we really value your insights each and every time.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
Yes. So just to start off our conversation, Zimkita, just tell me, all these that you have done, they are experiences that shaped who you are.
Yes.
What are those experiences that shaped the woman you became?
The woman I am right now is shaped by one thing. I'm a mother.
Okay.
And I write very publicly about this. I lead from one of the most powerful instincts, which is maternal instinct for me, because that is a space that helps me to create. Right? So I actually realize that as women, we have the natural ability to create and nurture life. And therefore, we can create the spaces. And we can create a world that we want for our children. We don't need a permission anymore. Before I had my own child, I would wait for people to approve my ideas of how to make this world a better place for my daughter. And I think for me, being a mother, being a mom, has really shaped who I am right now. So even the birth of my own firm, my Real View, comes from a conversation I actually had with my daughter, who's now 20. She was 19 last year. So my daughter is a big fan of Korean pop music. So I normally sit with her, would have these sessions where we talk about the music, the genre. And I was on TikTok and I saw a conversation by some young black women who are also, so Korean pop has really blown up, right? It's a big thing with this good-looking Korean man and these young black girls were saying, is it, will there ever be a time where a black girl would ever be invited to be a romantic lead in their videos, music videos? So I'm like, okay, it's an interesting conversation because, I mean, most of the Korean pop is based on black culture. So actually appropriates black culture and black music from America. And I was like, it's quite an interesting thing. So I go back to the expert to say, hey, this conversation. And then she's like, no, mommy, the conversation, before you get involved in it, you must understand what the conversation is about. It's not about the fact that Korean people and their music genre doesn't value blackness because it appropriates black culture. The question that these young women are asking is, will they ever validate our humanity and see us as human? And then we went into this whole big conversation with her. And then she says, the reason why a lot of young black people like herself need validation from other races is because black people don't build anything. So all the time, and the words that she used, she was like, that is why we are always so pathetic. And asking other races to validate us. And now we went into this big conversation of people are baking the cake for themselves. We come and get the crumbs and then we complain that they don't recognize our young people and they won't put them as lead in these videos and whatever. But she says, maybe why don't we build our own genre? It's like you've got amapiano here that are being played all over the world. But from her perspective, she doesn't see any organized idea to export. So the Koreans would have exported their music, they exported their cars, they exported everything. The Germans do the same thing. But black people, we struggle with what is this idea that we're advancing? What is it that we're exporting? What are we supposed to be known for? And what are we selling to the world? So being a mom, and if you see a lot of my thought leadership then that I publish, most of the time will start with a story from my daughter to say, this is a conversation that I had, and then we'll expand from there.
Wow. So I think, when you ask similar questions, you would think that your experience or story start from you being a leader or whatever. But you're saying, because I am a leader in my own home and you are nurturing your building, so the experience which shaped you started at home.
Yes, it starts at home and into the future. Because we want to build the world. We want for our kids, and we need to be bold enough and do it.
So I think you have actually nailed it, and it's something to think about, really, to say the child that you have actually can shape you. Who you are. you get what I'm saying? So that's very interesting. So you spoke briefly about your current building, and tell us more. What are you building, and what are you most passionate about currently?
I'm passionate about growth and development. I am passionate about self-realization. I am passionate about young black people. I'm making no apologies.
I can see that in your posts.
Yes, in my posts, I make no apologies of actually calling what I want them to subscribe to be black excellence. We need this reimagined black consciousness as black people. We need to teach our young people what blackness looks like in the 21st century. I am very passionate about the idea of reclaiming black excellence and telling people what black excellence looks like. So for me, my firm, the reason why I told you earlier, I announced my firm quite early. I started with a brand.
Okay.
And spent, I think, about 200K on the actual brand.
Yeah.
Right? Because once I commit, I knew I couldn't renege. Because I have my daughter deals with chronic pain. And I've got exorbitant medical costs as a divorced single mom. And I decided to actually launch so that I will not backtrack.
Okay.
Because I don't want to then someone say, okay, you can have a job in any of the audit firms, because I can get a job anywhere in South Africa. I know that I can do this. But what I found is that the price to pay for me when I take these big positions is too much. I do not apologize for loving a black child. And therefore, I expect the companies to treat young people in general, but black kids especially, as human beings.
Wow.
And that is where then, for me, I start fighting with a lot of people in some of these organizations, because it's like, oh, Zim, you're so combative. I'm like, there is no other way of packaging the humanity of our children. And you acknowledging it. So I'm building this really center of black excellence. And what I want is to develop my own technical experts. Right? Thought leaders, because we need black thought leaders. We need to produce CAs that will lean in and make real change for those who are still stuck in those areas that were historically disadvantaged in this country. We need people to ask the right questions. Why are we banking and not banking the unbanked? Why are we not insuring the uninsured? And ask those questions and make real change. But we need to start then with this concept that I've said, building generational confidence before building generational wealth.
Wow. Building generational confidence before building generational wealth. Wow, very powerful.
So that is my big story going out there into the profession.
So when you thought about the title of the series that we are running, what came to your mind? What does Women Who Build mean to you? What is, if you are to look in the world, in the country, what does Women Who Build mean to you? What should it look like? In case someone will say, okay, Women Who Build, we need to build, it's simple, but what does that mean to you?
It means building spaces that will advance humanity forward. And for me, I'm very big on that. That's why I said, for me, I'm very passionate about the growth and development and realization. I need, one of my biggest frustrations when I would work for bigger companies and stuff is sitting in these meetings, Exco, Menco. And then you just, I always feel like people don't see the urgency. There is this urgency to motivate our young people to be very clear about what the kind of South Africa we want for them. And when you're sitting in these meetings and you're fighting on the smallest of things, I always felt like it was such a waste of time for me, because I'm always been a pattern recognizer. So I'm seeing all of this, like, I don't think I'm seeing things that people don't see. And one of them is the conversations are not moving forward. And when I talk to young people, because I actually meet a lot of young people, it's like there is this feeling of being dejected, of being demoralized, of them not seeing leadership doing things that move for humanity forward. And for me, that's what building as women is. We are mothers. So naturally, we are inclined to want to build leaders who are even bigger than us. It's a natural thing, right? So my daughter can actually be a billionaire and I don't mind. I will never compete with my child on these things. So for me, that's Women Who Build. Building something tangible, something impactful that will move humanity forward.
Creating spaces that will move
and sitting in creation. So you can actually be impactful.
Wow. No, that's very interesting. Sometimes when I listen to you and when I read your post, and I'm like, why can't this lady be the minister of youth? Have you thought about that?
I would fight with people. I would fight with people. I've tried to be a minister of youth in all of these firms that I've joined. And that is why I'm like, finally, I need to be bold.
To create
and create what I want, where I'm not going to be fighting with anyone on how to nurture talent. And I tell people, it's not like I'm going to coddle young people. They will still work long hours. I'm very strict to young people when they break the rules and do things that are not ethical. But it is engaging with their humanity. At the end of the day, there is a person on the other side of the decisions that we make.
Wow, quite interesting there. So, in your building, you have described what building means to you, and you have built. You are building spaces. You have been empowering young people, which means you are building and you are creating these spaces for young people to thrive as well. So, tell me, what challenges have tested you as a human being in your experience? What are those challenges that tested you?
A lot. But I think for me currently, my biggest challenge is people don't know this. I'm an introvert.
Okay.
Right?
No.
People don't know this at all.
Introvert.
I'm an introvert. So for me to push myself to publish and to speak and to do public speaking, it takes a lot. And it puts me in a space of anxiety for most of the time, right? Because you don't know who is going to attack and what they're going to say. And also, people don't understand this. People never talk to black women. They talk about black women. So people will never come and ask me about, hey, I saw that article that you wrote, including black people. They will never ask, but they've got these views.
That is different.
They not even different, but it's just that you wish they would engage with you directly rather than making assumptions. Right? Because I always say that people are very much married to their assumptions of who black women are. So I write very publicly about my life. But you cannot believe the amount of people who come to me assuming who I am. I'm like, all they have to do is Google me. Right? To know who I am, what I believe in. So that's the first thing for me. It's very angst inducing. But the second thing is I have stopped packaging the truth to fit so it can be pleasant to people. One of the things that I've always been punished for is you're not careful how you tell your truth. And for me, the truth is the truth. And I believe that one of the biggest reasons why the profession is not transforming and South Africa is not transforming, it is this packaged truth that we never say the things that we need to say. So now, one of the things is to push myself to say the things that need to be said and to do the things that need to be done. For black kids. Right? Because fortunately, finally, I'm in a black space now. And I can say black kids without diluting and saying, oh, no, and all lives matter. No, I'm doing it for black children.
You have to be clear.
No, because before, I'm like on the fence here. But I mean, young people from all races, they know. Actually, for me, I treat young people the same. Because anything different would actually make me be like the apartheid architects. And for me, I never do anything because I was on the receiving end of their cruelty. So I never do anything to anyone that will ever be likened to being an apartheid architect, right? But at least for now, I can then say I am focusing on black kids because finally I'm in a space where I can embrace that without offending people.
Wow. Powerful, powerful, very, very powerful. So Zim, as you have stated the challenges and that tested you the most, and maybe some of them are still testing you, the challenges. So, and I also marry that by the fact that you have been a partner, big audit firms. In big audit firms, you have led the big regulators in South Africa, SAICA. You have been with SAICA as well. You have been a CFO for different organizations. What leadership lessons have shaped your success? Because you have a definition of success.
Yes.
So what are those leadership lessons that shaped your success as a leader?
For me, I'm a very ethical leader. I do not compromise on ethics.
Yeah.
So my leadership rules don't change. First, do no harm.
Yeah.
Do no harm to yourself. And I talk about that when I say do no harm to yourself first, so that you won't do harm to others.
Okay.
Right? And I always say, as a black woman, the system is against us.
Yeah.
We know this, right? We know it. People try and gaslight us,
Yeah.
but we know that is happening, right? And I always tell the young people then when I meet them to say, the system will do whatever the system was designed to do,
Yeah.
to fight you, to keep you there at the bottom of the stairs.
Yeah.
But you know what it relies the most to succeed is on self-betrayal.
Okay.
Right, so that
Dig
is this
deep on that one.
Yeah, so that's what I always say.
Yeah.
I said the system will throw everything
Yeah.
at you. Imposter syndromes, which I don't believe it exists, but people they say it does.
Yeah.
But it relies solely on self-abandonment and
Okay.
self-betrayal to succeed. So long as you know and you are so ethical, right? First, do no harm to yourself by never betraying and abandoning yourself, your goals, your own actualization, and your dreams, right? Then the second one is do no harm to others.
Okay.
And then I talk about this principle of consideration.
Okay.
Which I actually, last year I was at a psych conference and I said consideration needs to be brought back to be the center of ethics, right? Instead of a sidekick.
Okay.
Because I believe that if people were to ask the question that who is on the other side of my decisions, my actions, my words, right? And if I was on the other side, would I still stay in the course, right? And then also then, and what we've seen as black women, if I was on the other side of my silence, my inaction, and my lack of decision making, would I still stay the course? Because we've actually been to boardrooms where people will look at us being persecuted and being humiliated or whatever, and people say nothing, right? And then they come and tell us what is unconscious bias, is inherent biases. They couldn't say anything. That's how the world is. So for me, so first do no harm to yourself, which is self-betrayal. Do no harm to others, which is consideration, and you do to others as you would like done to you. And the last fourth one, do not, it's in the Bible, do not be irritating to children.
Do you hear that? Leadership lesson. So I like how you have tackled the leadership lesson, because you are saying start by yourself. Do not do harm. And you need to understand what is doing harm to yourself. And then when you know that, obviously you're gonna be kind. Be kind to the people.
To others.
And consider. Be considerate.
Yes.
Wow. I wish each and every one of us could think in that order, and I'm sure the world will be better. Because even in relationship with clients, if you apply the same, even client relationship
everywhere,
all the relationships that we have, wow, that is so powerful. Thank you for those leadership lessons, and I'm sure our viewers and women, young girls, and even anyone, because these are leadership lessons and applicable everywhere. So when you look at yourself, your growth journey, when you've been growing, you've been achieving this, you've been in different rooms, organizing, what are you proud of about yourself?
I'm proud of my daughter. Oh my God. I mean, that's the first thing. I walked into SKX, I think beginning of the year, and I had to do training for the young people. And the first thing I said, my daughter I said I must bring the sweets or whatever. And one of the young people said, Zim, that's the first thing she says. I mean, she's a mom. I'm proud of my daughter. I'm proud of the thought leader she is, and the critical thinker. And I think a lot of my leadership has been tested on her before I tested. So I would never do anything to any young person that I wouldn't do to my child. Wow. I would never do anything, treat them in a way that I wouldn't treat my own child. Yeah. And for me, I mean, that is very important, and so therefore I'm proud of being able to consciously parent to a point where I'm seeing my daughter at 20, and you know that she has had, I mean, she lost everything when she was 11 due to scoliosis, and she lives with daily chronic pain. Yeah. So we've been in and out of hospitals and all of those things. But one of the things that my child, I know, I mean, and we're talking about probably more than 100 specialists here, and more than like these visits over. They will always say what a treat you are. Yeah. And in that moment, she is actually quite frustrated. She doesn't want to go to the hospital. Okay. She's medically fatigued because it's been a 9-year journey. But each and every time I go and pick her up, even now at 20, the nurses will be like, hey, are you visiting us again? And then she'll be like, this is not a hotel, I'm not coming back. Yeah. They were like, oh, we wish this was a hotel so you can come back. Yeah. So she's learned to lead with empathy, with compassion, with consideration, and all of those things. So I'm very proud of that. Wow. And then the second thing that I am proud of for me is my visibility in the profession. Okay. People, I mean, I put an article yesterday to say a lot of people, because I get a lot of people are saying, oh, do you want this award? You get this award for this, and a cover of a magazine. And I'm always turning these things down because I'm like, I don't do this for visibility. I don't do speaking engagements for money. Yeah. You know, I that's why I can choose topics where, like here, Brendmo, I will always put Brendmo first because first of all, you have access to trainees, and the topics themselves that you've been asking me to come and do here are quite powerful, right? Yeah. So I will never do a topic for the sake of it because I'm gonna get paid to be on a podcast. Yeah. I don't take speaking engagements. Yeah. And for me, the visibility is just for me to stand. And I was telling someone, says, "Oh, Zim, you're always fighting." I said, "I'm not fighting anyone. The world is fighting me." Yeah. I'm not fighting the world. I am standing still as this huge advertisement for young black people to see what black excellence looks like. Right? I am standing still. I am a permission slip for black kids to be excellent. So that is the reason why then I'm so proud of having pushed through and be visible in the profession because, and I've been writing about this, I know, because a lot of people, as I'm saying, no one is saying, Zim, you want a state of comprehensive regulation. Yeah. Let's talk about what is this comprehensive regulation of the profession. Yeah. Let's talk about what we're talking about, comprehensive governance of associations. Because people are reluctant to say a black woman changed the profession. And they thought, but now what I'm hearing is then the young people will be at varsity and then they'll be saying, but Zim, someone was saying something that you write about, but you were not part of the panel. I'm like, it's okay. Yeah, yeah. It's okay.
It means that the message, probably,
but also, Mollen, the message to young black people that we can change the world. I saw your capable.
Yeah, I saw your article where we say maybe you might not see the change in your lifetime, but you are planting the seed
for the next generation. To say there was this woman who said these things. Because what I'm proposing for the profession is big things. Yeah, like association risk governance, ethics governance. A comprehensive, it's things that will change the waterfront of how the profession is organized. Okay. Right? And people will not want to say a black woman can do this. Yeah. And I decided to stop asking for permission and publish. Okay. The stuff that I want to publish. Yeah. Because I've always been a pattern recognizer. I've always been a big critical thinker. But all the time I was being told, Gucci, changing the world was not something I was supposed to do, right? And even now, as I'm going to start with my own firm, I know I'm going to get resistance from that point of view. So people, now finally we can punish her for speaking out, kind of thing. Finally, because I don't like her anyway. Right? And I always say to people, there's one thing I know, I do not harm humanity. I do not hurt humanity. So if you don't like me, it's highly likely about you and never about me. Because I make every effort not to hurt people and not to harm people. So ordinarily people should like me.
So I think one thing that I like about you, actually what you are also saying in the profession, no one will second guess where you stand or what is right and what is wrong. But other people, sometimes they want to hide under the carpet and not be visible. So one thing that I like is, already, even you actually know, even in your firm, whoever want to do business with you, they know who
they
you
will
are.
know.
They know where you stand.
Transparency.
They know what you stand for, which is very interesting and very important.
And also, Mollen, as me and as we were talking earlier, and I'm saying that sometimes we take cultures from other places and we bring them into our firms, into our culture, into our
yes.
The whole thing of lacking transparency in this modern world was only excluding us as black people. The other people knew what was going on.
So
it's only us who actually
didn't know
what was happening. But most of the time, the other people knew exactly what's going on. And that's why then when people say, oh, this happens in the Big Four, I always say to people, but it didn't happen for the people who that system was created for. They knew what was going on. We didn't know what was going on because we didn't know people in positions of power. So it was impossible for me to know what was said in a partners meeting because there were no black women partners.
Who come and say this is what can be discussed.
Now that I'm going to be a founder and owner, can people know what's going on? Can black people know what's going on? Just tell them. Tell them what's going on. Because everyone else was telling each other. We were the only ones because of how, and there was no malice to it. Right? It was because we couldn't access the boardroom. So you didn't know. You didn't know that's going to be a retrenchment. Other people knew. And they said,
you're the only one who was in dark. So I think we have briefly touched on about this, Zim. If someone is watching and say, okay, this is what the Zimkita is standing for, this is what she's building, what legacy are you intentionally building? I know you've touched it a bit, but out there, what is it that you are intentionally building, the legacy that you want to be remembered for?
I think I've always said this, and I think this week I wrote, for me, I want to be an impactful leader. I do not, I was telling people, I'm a divorced single mom and who doesn't get maintenance for her child for 17 years or at least 15 of those 17 years, right? And I don't take jobs for money. So my furniture, all of my furniture in my house, so I've got a house that is obviously quite dignified for my child. And I've got an X3. I'm sorry, I need to have a comfortable car. But I don't have furniture. My furniture is all when I was 21 years old. It's a furniture that my ex-husband gave me because he was moving on to better things. But the reason why is because I take jobs that will have an impact. So I do not you will never see me fighting for a bonus. And fighting, well, hey, how much are you going to give me? No. Can you pay me what I can have to take care of my child, to give her a comfortable life, to have a comfortable life? And my comfortable life is not the life of what people expect of a 40, I'm turning 49 in July, end of July. It's because I've made so many big sacrifices, right? I've disinvested to raise my child. But the second one is I've taken so many pay cuts because of the impact that I want. So money never trumps impact for me, even for my firm. I don't want my firm so that I can fly a private jet. No. I just want to have the impact to create the kind of people that I want to create. And then, Mollen, what I want people to say is to say, I never questioned her integrity.
Yeah. Okay.
I never doubted how noble her intentions were, how sincere her effort was. I never questioned her passion for growth, development, and humanity. And I never questioned her love for humanity at large. And her desire to see humanity move forward and progressing.
Yeah, so I think as you are saying that all this legacy that you are intentionally creating every step of your journey, you are aware of what is it that I'm intentionally building and what is it that it requires. That's safe, very, very interesting.
Safe space for humanity. First, do no harm. To
yourself.
Me, that's why I'm saying that I said to someone, one of my biggest KPIs of the day, daily is... how many people did I see? Did I cause harm to them? And there are people who will always like say you cause harm to them because they don't like the truth.
Yes.
There's nothing I can do about that. But I mean, when it comes to young people, though, that is for me. How many? What conversations did they have? What did they say when they left my presence? Did they leave my presence feeling good about themselves and positive and upbeat? So for me, it's very, that first do no harm and create spaces that are safe for humanity. We don't have to hurt each other to succeed.
Wow. Very, very interesting. And I hope each and every leader out there is picking this, especially in this Women's Month, as the series we are there to dive into the authenticity of the leadership and the successes of the women that are around us, that you know, not to read from books, but you hear, you hear them and you know them. So just as we're wrapping up, Zim, the message you would like to leave to the women and to the girls out there, or to anyone who is listening to this podcast?
I think as women, can we start working with each other? Especially as Black women, because we are at the bottom of the stairs, of the system. Fighting each other is not going to help us. Because, I mean, you know, I was with African Women's Movement. We've had to halt and strategize again, right? I think for I don't know how many times. Because we're not supporting our own things. And also, again, for me, it goes back is what brand of excellence? Right? Or what brand of a future? What product are we selling? Because I think if we're not very clear as to like, what do we want the world to see? Right? I always make an example of with the first time the Korean guys brought us the Kias, and we were laughing and we never buy these cars. 20 years later, I'm sure these cars are making about 20-30% of the car because they actually were very much clear. This is the brand, and that's what they've done with the Korean pop music as well. People were laughing at them. Oh, these boys are feminine. They wear makeup. They stuck to that, and then now the world has turned around. Is following them. So we need to be very clear as Black women. To ourselves, what is it that we're presenting out there? What brand of excellence, right? That we actually are selling out there. And for me, personally, that's Black excellence.
Wow. So what you're saying in short is clarity. What is it that you are bringing forward? What is it that you want to be known for?
What to be known for, and what investments are you willing to make? And you're making to kind of like bring that forward. There is no one in the world who, I always say that we always say Africa rising up. We need to go back to the drawing board as Africans. What is it that we want to be known for? Because everybody else, even in history, the Greeks were selling their brand of excellence. The Romans were selling their brand. The Assyrians, the Ottomans were selling. We're not clear about what we're selling. It works for Africans at large and for Black women and young Black women. What is it that we want to sell out there?
And it comes with united fronts.
Let's unite
together.
If we're saying that we're going to produce these technocrats in a space in the accounting firms that before was gate kept.
Yeah.
We do not have these technocrats, technical experts that are black. Then let's all go all out.
Yeah.
And train and nurture talent to produce technical experts who will then teach technical knowledge in a way that attaches to the humanity of the people.
Yeah. Zimkita, I cannot thank you enough for the time that you have invested and that you always are willing to share and to impart. I think you are actually living the legacy that you are creating. So I want to thank you. Thank you very much for coming. And thank you for sharing with our viewers in this Women Who Build series. I hope you guys have found this conversation very interesting and have picked quite a lot of leadership lessons along the way. Thank you.
Thank you for having me. Thanks.